It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see this team's superstar cornerback. He's one of the last guys you want to target in coverage. Buckle up. There's football coming your way on Sunday Night Primetime.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The result, a first down, as the quick slant gets him 14. Now McCarthy. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilson. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Options galore here, second and a few inches. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Here's McCarthy. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. To the air with McCarthy. Flush to his right. And a loose football. It's going the other way.
Partner, everything that happened before that fumble was great. Good vision, navigating the open field, got good chunk yardage. At that point, if you see a defender coming up, just step out of bounds. Don't risk all you picked up before the hit to just try and get an extra yard or two.
So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. They'll be led out by the former Texas Longhorn, their rookie quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace. Check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 15 carries, 59 yards, and a touchdown.
Has 9 rushing touchdowns on the season, so a lot of credit has to go to the rest of the offense because you know those big guys up front are doing work. But now the goal is to get to 10. And don't for a second think that the defense doesn't know that. They'd like to do their best to keep it on the end zone in this one.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Well, one unit I know you want to watch watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
In motion left is Mitchell. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. Maurice Hurst. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Oh, and they get to the football. It's blocked. And they are going to take possession of the football. An early special teams wake-up call there, their first drive, and they have the punt block.
And obviously they were giving the ball up, but that's not the way it's supposed to conclude. That ball's supposed to be downfield, better field position for your defense to work off of. Instead, you've given up a momentum play, and now you get the other side excited.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Throwing is McCarthy. Eluding the pressure right. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. They go I formation. Fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. And bulldozing his way through. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. But you look at this defense. Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And not just speed, not just their physical skills. You know what pulls it all together for this secondary? Their smarts and communication. They play really well as a unit.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last lap by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 12 yards on that one and earns him a fresh set of downs.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. Is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 2nd down and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. A broken tackle on the run, and then just on the other side of midfield, they get to it. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 25, here's 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 at the 25-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Rashawn Gary with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 48. Tucker's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
This to the sideline and over everybody, incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there. That looked like a clear throwaway to me. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Nico Collins, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Looking to throw McCarthy. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And he's run the ball well to this point in the season, right there in the mix for NFL leaders in rushing. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive in with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got McBride here over the middle. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Robinson up the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll set up to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Looking to throw. Here's a screen for Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 4-point game.
Well, he might be the best kicker the game's ever seen, and we've seen him hit from 66, which is the all-time record. But anything 60-plus, that's a very low percentage kick. Don't tell him he doesn't believe it. But this one winds up no good.
Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50, 1st and 10. There go play action. Here's McCarthy. He's got it to Collins, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play.
And a first down.
Hands it off out of the gun. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Open man is Barner, the tight end. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And it's caught. Touchdown. Nico Collins. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was Nico Collins who finished it off with a touchdown reception. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
That's complete to Robinson. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Hand off now to Robinson. A beautiful fake. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Second and 8 at the 44-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's into the hands of Worthy. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's complete to Mitchell. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 at the 38-yard line.
In motion left is Mitchell. On play action, they'll throw. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. Keeps himself upright. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Looking for the crossing route, he's got Mitchell. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Robinson. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Tucker's kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime and make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series, so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they'll search for that patience here now. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. That's complete. It's Collins. That one a first down pickup of 8. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Instead of a 3rd-and-1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
To the air with McCarthy. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. The ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. McCarthy going to throw again. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Here's McCarthy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. Throwing is McCarthy. He'll get this complete to the tight end Barner. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. McCarthy operating from the gun. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Patterson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to get the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Next, we head off to check out another game. And as you see, they were winners earlier this afternoon. Devon Achane, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. And then lastly, on Monday Night Football, those fans will be riled up as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and what equates to be a very tough opponent.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the 3rd quarter. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. This offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting more pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 41-yard line.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll get about 3 here, or up to the 44-yard line.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks out, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be touched down here.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
On the give, here's Robinson. Dances by at the 20. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second and 5. That's over the middle to his tight end, Sanders. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll set up a throw. And it's caught. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Robinson will take it in. Touchdown.
No touchdowns for him in the first half, but their defense kept them in this ball game. So now, maybe this can loosen them up a little, because they played tight so far, and they get right back in it with a touchdown run.
Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2.
The offense will line up for
They'll look to throw. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Looking to throw McCarthy. That one out wide and intercepted.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or 2 to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2nd and a couple.
At the 47-yard line.
Back to throw here. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. A little jerk. And he's got this down to the 35. 68 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Got a man over the middle, Worthy. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 2nd and 5.
The gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Looking for the outright. He's got his man. It's Mitchell. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Back to the ground with Robinson. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Looking to throw. He'll get this complete to Worthy. Called a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but was 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. 3rd and 2. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the 1st. That one goes for 8 yards.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Showed the nice footwork and then hit and drop shy of the 45. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and just a couple. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. McCarthy off the play fake. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A great effort there. 36 yards. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
Extra point try now for Patterson. And that makes it a 9-point game. So this drive spans 7 plays.
Our home team, 15.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Under pressure, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
I wonder if they're wandering back to the huddle thinking to themselves, can we just hit rewind and go back a play? Definitely not the down they wanted to begin this drive by giving up a sack. But for the defense, that's exactly how they drew it up.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They're going to look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Mitchell. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon on for his 2nd punt. And remember, his first one was blocked. Taking it about the 16. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And they will take over 1st and 10. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now McCarthy. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. McCarthy got a man, and he hits him in stride. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. From the 43, it's 2nd and 3.
the 43-yard line.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. Oh, still won't go down. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
McCarthy is set to throw it.
That's complete. It's Collins. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
That's good. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge,
Previous
and
play
they're
is
going to
under
get
review.
one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On play action, McCarthy.
5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Now a handoff looking right. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
41 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
McCarthy going to look to throw for it.
And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
15 yards on the play, first down.
Complete to Bijan Robinson. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll look to throw here.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Robinson.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
This likely a must-have, third and goal.
Back to throw. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit.
The fourth quarter touchdown there, back to a 2-score game, but time is not their ally.
No, it's not, partner. They still have a pulse, but it's probably a little weak right now. A lot of things have to go right in these final 2 minutes plus for them. I think they have to be thinking onside kick here, and we know how difficult those are to recover.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6.
Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by 10, a little under a minute 50 remaining. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Here comes second down.
He'll look to throw. Staying on his feet. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
It's DJ Turner who's got it.
Now the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Third and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. Third and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. One final kneel down here, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one.
So it's our visitors that come away with a victory here, and it was all thanks to the play of their veteran quarterback.
Yeah, he really had his A game tonight. He threw a couple of touchdown passes, and he was instrumental in earning this victory.
So for our visitors,
they moved to 7-1 on the year with the victory.
And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.